Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to do a brown eye with a pop of red, just like basic eye, a lot of highlighter. Who doesn't love highlighter? I actually did my first wing today without tape. You're gonna witness it. It kind of was a little bit rocky, but I mean, I did it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want to see how I created this look, then keep on watching. Bye. Okay, to start, I'm going to be taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in dark brown to fill in my brows. Just so you guys know, I'm going to list all of my products used down below. This brow pencil is literally my favorite at the moment. Well, it's been my favorite for like the longest now since I've got it, since I got my hands on it. If you want like a natural, clean cut brow, this is definitely something I would suggest you to go get. I also use the brow pomade, but that's for more like a defined, like a more bold brow. But if you want something natural, I would definitely say go get your hands on this one. Okay, so now that I have my brows outlined, I'm going to take my brow pomade and just fill it in a little bit more so my brow hairs can be a little bit more darker and I don't have those like little spaces in between them. I'm actually going for a bolder brow tonight. I'm in that stage where I'm loving a bold brow, especially when I have on a full face of makeup. Okay, so normally after I do all of that to my brows, I would take my brown brow powder from Anastasia, but I am currently out, so I decided to use my ABH Cosmetics Studio Pro Contour Palette. It has all these different shades of brown in there, so I was like, why not give that a shot? So I took one of the lightest browns in the palette just to fill in the front of my brows a little bit, to give it a little bit of lightness, so it's not too bold, but it still looks really good. I'm just going back with the brow wiz just to add some of the little fine lines here because I don't have hair right there, so I'm just going to take the pencil just to make a little bit of fake hair. Okay, so now it's time for my favorite part of doing my brows. Actually, time to clean them up a little bit, give them its shape. So I'm taking my MAC Studio Finish Concealer. I'm not exactly sure what color this is. As you can tell, I am completely out. It is definitely time for me to go get a new one. But I'm taking that on a MAC 212 brush. I'm just going to outline my brows, clean them up a little bit. The texture of this concealer is everything. It's creamy, it's smooth. Once you put it somewhere, it does not move. It's really easy to blend. I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics number 4 brush to blend it out. It blends so easily, like it's just the perfect cleanup concealer for brows. Don't get me wrong, I love being left-handed, but in this particular moment, it kind of sucks because you can't see what I'm doing right here, and I only carved out my right brow today on camera because I wasn't trying to have a super long video because it's already long enough, so I just left that out. But I'm still just cleaning it up with the concealer. going in with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the color NC42. I'm going to take that and place some of it on my eyelids. I'm going to use that as an eye primer. This color, this particular product itself, it helps make my eyeshadow last a little bit longer throughout the day. I do have oily lids, so I have to use the base or else my eyeshadows will move and then I just will have greasy eyeball lids. You don't want that look. Trust me, I've had it before and it is not cute. I did use concealer as a eyeshadow base. I'm going to take my banana powder on a BH 101 fluffy brush just to set that concealer. It also helps when I use my eyeshadows. It helps my eyeshadows blend out super easily. Moving on to shadows, I'm going to take Orange Soda from out of my Anastasia Beverly Hills Lavish palette on a MAC 226 brush. I'm just going to blend that into my crease to use as a transition shade. I really don't know why, but every time I'm doing someone's makeup or I'm doing my own makeup, I always get so serious. Like, I always just have that serious look on my face, like I want to go kill someone. I promise you, I do not want to kill anyone. I just get, I don't know, like I'm a really happy person. I just get really serious when I do makeup. Don't be afraid, don't get alarmed. I promise you, I'm sweet. Going back in with my BH Fluffy brush just to make sure everything's blended and seamless and ready for my next shade. I'm going to be taking Anastasia's Caramel on the exact same MAC brush I had to begin with, and then I'm going to just take that shade just to deepen up my crease color. Taking Sienna from the Lavish palette on a BH 103 shader brush, I'm going to put this color into my crease and then just build it up. Taking a clean MAC 226 brush, I'm just going to blend that. I'm just going to blend Sienna out a little bit more just so it's seamless and I don't have any harsh lines. Just going back in with Sienna just to brighten up my crease a little bit because it did get a little bit dull. Now I'm going to be taking cream from out of the Lavish palette on a BH number 5 brush. I'm just going to pack this color all over my lid. This will be the only color I am placing on my lid. taking Eczema color still. I'm just going to place this color onto my brow bone to clean up the rest of my eye look a little bit. Just carve out my brow some more. I didn't plan on doing my eyeliner on camera, but my first one came out pretty good, so I was kind of feeling confident and I was like, alright, let's do this. So I decided to film this one. Oh, this was the worst idea because at first, as you can tell, I got super scared. I did not know what to do. I normally use tape when I'm doing my eyeliner, but I was feeling bold, so I was like, alright, let's do this shit. Oops, sorry. So I just went on and I did it, and it didn't come out like the first one. The look when you notice that they're not even. But I mean, they're never even, so I was just like, you know what, let me just keep on going. I got a Q-tip, decided I was going to clean it up. But I am using the Wet n Wild Megaliner. This is actually my first time using this liner. I love it so far, just for the fact that the first time I used it, it came out bomb. But I always have a hard time with my left eye anyway, so I just knew that was going to happen, but I just wanted to keep on going with it because the more you practice, the better you get at something. So that's what I'm going to keep doing, and until I get better at it, you guys will witness the day when I don't have trouble with doing eyeliner, but I don't think that'll ever happen. Now I'm just taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Cool Tan on my MAC 212 brush to clean up my wings a little bit. To be real honest, I am very proud on how my wings actually came out, because normally they're not as good as these are, and that says a lot if you're just looking at them. But I am very proud of myself for not having to use a tape. They'll get better, I know they will. It just comes with time. Hopefully that'll come sooner than later though. Please don't judge me on my wings. Going in with my favorite mascara, my L'Oreal Telescopic. I'm going to use that and put one coat on my top lashes, and then I'm going to use my Ardell Wispy lashes in the number 600, I believe. I'm going to use that with my Duo Lash Glue. Yo, I swear to you, I always have problems when it comes to putting on lashes, but these went on perfect the first time. I was so hyped. Alright, now I'm moving on to my face. I'm going to take my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I'm going to rub that onto my problem areas, my forehead, my nose, my cheeks, and my chin. I am currently breaking out at the moment, so I just don't like the fact that I'm breaking out. I rarely break out, so when I do break out, I make a really big deal of it, but hopefully my skin gets back to normal very soon. I'm going to take my Nivea Men's Post Shave Balm, aka Face Glue. Just going to rub that all over my face until it gets tacky. Going in with my two favorite foundations right now, my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte and my Milani 2-in-1. Separately, I don't really like them, but together they're a match made in heaven. They give me the perfect color. They keep me matte throughout the whole day. I just love them. I'm just going to use the Real Technique sponge to blend it all out together. Make sure everything's into my skin. I'm just going to buff it in. I try to do light motions and not like heavy ones, because I feel like when I do them light, they smooth out evenly, and then I don't have a lot of extra product on my face, so I'm not like cakey or anything. Taking my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in Neutralizer, I'm going to conceal under my eyes, my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and my chin and above my cupid's bow as well. I'm gonna blend it out with a beauty blender. So I actually use my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in 2 different colors. The first one is the Neutralizer, which you just saw, and then I take a second one in Fair. I just place that on top of the first one after it's blended out, and then I blend that one out. I like to do this because I use the Neutralizer as to conceal, and then I use the Fair to highlight. Time to contour. So I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Concealer in 2 different colors as well. I use Beautiful Bronze first, and then on top of that I use Dark Cocoa. If I just use Beautiful Bronze by itself, it's not dark enough, and if I use Dark Cocoa by itself, it's too dark. I mean, I guess I could just go and buy a color that's in between both of these, but I do have these colors, so why not make use of them? So that's what I'm doing now. After I place these where I want them to go, I take a contour brush that I got from BH, and I just blend it out. When it's time for me to blend out my nose, I take a MAC 239 brush just so it's a little bit easier for me to blend it all out. I don't really like a bold contour on my nose, so this brush lets me make sure I blend everything out really nicely. I'm just making sure that I blend my contour color all the way up into my brows, just so it gives me that really nice defined line and my nose can pop out a little bit more. After I do that, I go back in with my beauty blender to blend everything. Well, it's not my beauty blender, my Real Technique sponge. I just go back with that just to blend my contour color and my highlight all together, make sure it's all seamless. Now I'm about to bake, which is I'm pretty sure my favorite part of doing my makeup because I just feel like I look so cool after I'm done baking. But I'm going to take my Nye banana powder on a makeup sponge, and then I'm just going to put it under my eyes, on my forehead, down my nose, pretty much everywhere I place my concealer. I use my Nye banana powder under my contour. I guess I'm starting to realize that I shouldn't do this because as much as I try to blend it out, it still leaves this shadow effect underneath there. So I'm pretty sure this will be the last video I use the Nye under my contour because I just don't like it anymore. Now I'm going in with my BH Studio Pro Contour Palette. I'm going to take one of the darker shades onto a Real Techniques contour brush. I'm just going to put that where I place my my LA Girl Pro Concealer. I'm going to then go over that with another color from out of the contour palette. It's a lighter color. So I'm just going to blend all of that together and then just set the rest of my contour. Taking a Real Techniques brush, I think it's number 300. I'm just going to tap away my Nye Powder. I use this one first, and then I go in with a Sigma F25 tapered face brush. I'm going to use that one to just make sure I sweep away everything else that's not supposed to be there. Make sure all of my Nye Powder is completely gone. Taking my MAC Studio Fix powder on a MAC dual fiber brush, I'm going to just set the rest of my face. Let me tell you about my best friend. This powder, I can go on and and just rave about this powder, but it is literally the best face powder I've ever used. It's the first powder I've ever used. I am still using it till this day. I will not give it up. It just makes your makeup look so flawless. Taking my MAC Breezy blush on a BH blush brush, I'm going to add some blush to my cheeks, clearly. I'm just going to do that lightly, and then I'm going to blend it out with my dual fiber brush, and then I'm going to take my highlight. Today I'm going to be using Laura Geller's Gilded Honey on my Anastasia highlighting brush. Taking a Anastasia brush that came with the Lavish palette, I'm going to use it to highlight my nose. I just do the exclamation point on my nose. That's the best method for me to get the highlights that I want on there. It just makes me look like I'm glowing from within. Now I'm going to finish off my eyes. I'm going to be taking Caramel on a BH 105 brush. I'm just going to shade or smoke out my bottom lash line. Now I'm adding some gel eyeliner. I'm using the Maybelline gel eyeliner with my Sigma E65 small angled brush. finishing up this eye look with my L'Oreal Telescopic mascara. I'm just going to put that on my bottom lashes. Just to brighten up my eyes a little bit, I'm going to be taking Anastasia's Penny Metal and I'm just going to place that in my tear ducts. Now I'm taking my Ulta brow gel just to set my brows just so they stay in place all day. Yes, finally, I'm almost finished. I feel like when I get to my lips, it's like this big sigh of relief just knowing that you just have to do the lips and then you're done. But I'm going to be taking MAC's lip liner in Vino. I'm not sure if it's Vino or Vino, but I do apologize if I'm saying it wrong. I'm just going to take that, line my lips, and then I'm going to take MAC's Ruby Woo and just fill in the rest of my lips with that lipstick. Taking my BH lip liner brush, I'm just going to blend my liner and my lipstick together. Now I'm taking my NYX Matte Setting Spray. I get to set my face, and with that, we are finally finished. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one.